Hi, I'm Danny.
And I'm Courtney.
This week in Sports Rivalry, we will be covering USC versus Notre Dame. This game is one of college football's oldest and most unique intersectional rivalries, along with being a path for potential recruiting victories down the line for both programs. This game dates back to 1926, with the Irish claiming their first victory 13-12. The winner is awarded the trophy called the Jeweled Shillelagh. This Saturday marks the 91st meeting between the two schools. Notre Dame leads 46-36-4 and have technically won 6 of the last 9 meetings. Several times the winner of the series has gone on to win or play for the college football national title, with both schools claiming 11 national titles and combined 14 Heisman Trophy winners. It doesn't get the hype that other rivalry games like the Iron Bowl receives, but this is a huge make it or break it for recruits, especially out in California. With Notre Dame coming off of a 52-0 shutout against Bowling Green and USC having a bye week, these two factors will be beneficial for both teams leading into the game.
This year, both programs have faced adversity when it comes to injuries. First, we'll take a look at the Notre Dame side of things. Their cornerback, Sean Crawford, will still be out recovering from his dislocated elbow, while their tight end, Cole Kmet, he'll be back from his broken collarbone. If we take a look at last week's game against Bowling Green, Ian Book threw more touchdowns than he did incompletions. He had 5 touchdowns with only 4 incomplete passes. Their defense held Bowling Green to 4.1 yards per completion. Currently, the Irish are ranked 10th in the country with 7.21 yards per play average. Notre Dame also is currently averaging 41 points per game while only allowing 14.8. Head coach Brian Kelly called the Trojan trio of Michael Pittman, Tyler Vaughn, and Amon-Ra St. Brown the best wide receiver corps the Irish will play this year. So holding them to a few yards will be the biggest competition for the Irish this year. So their defensive backs are going to have to be on their A game.
Looking on the USC side of things, despite losing quarterback JT Daniels with a torn ACL in the season opener against Fresno State, the Trojans have had their lows offensively but some quality highs with a top 15 win over Utah on September 20th with their third-string quarterback. Likely, Kedon Slovis will start for USC, who has completed 77.9% of his 77 total passes so far for this season. He hasn't played since the Utah game due to his concussion. Despite their rash of injuries on the quarterback side, they are among the nation's leaders in passing yards per game. The Trojan trio, said earlier in the podcast, has a combined total of 29 catches, 305 receiving yards in Notre Dame's victory over USC last November, but unfortunately still lost 24-17. USC needs a big defense against Notre Dame, looking at Griffin, Steele, and Taylor Stewart as their 3 premier cornerbacks to make an impact, along with Williams, who made his season debut 2 weeks ago against Washington. USC is averaging 29.4 points per game while allowing 24.8 points.
So if we look at both teams as a whole, they're pretty close when it comes to total yards per game. Notre Dame has 446 yards, and USC has 429. If you look at yards allowed, though, Notre Dame is doing better with only allowing 330 yards, and USC allowing 411. Right now, ESPN predictor states Notre Dame is going to beat USC 84.2%, and I agree with them, especially it being a home game, and how they win last week against Bowling Green. I think they're going to win.
I also think they're going to win just because USC's track record on the road has been 0-2, and this will be definitely in favor for Notre Dame.
Thank you.
Thank you.